What's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of FEMME FLEX Friday. I'm Alina Popa, and today my guest co-host is 2 times Miss Fitness Olympia, Whitney Jones. Whitney,
hi guys.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you here and introduce this episode with you.
Yes.
And what do we have in store for our audience today?
Well, of course, we're all about having fun here. If you guys have watched the show, you know we have amazing guests, and we're talking about something super interesting and crucial to a lot of athletes in our industry, and that's social media. So we had to bring on some of the best in the industry, and we have 3 rock stars, starting with Dana Lynn Bailey. We have Ashley Kaltwasser and Breon Ainsley, all joining us to discuss all things social media.
Welcome to our show, guys. You are the right people to be here. We have Dana Lynn Bailey, who is 2 million followers on Instagram, Ashley Kaltwasser with 1 million followers, and Breon Ainsley with 713,000 followers.
I'll put the 7 up.
Yeah.
That is remarkable, guys. You have so much so much insight into this topic.
There you go.
So my first question for you guys, I'm gonna start with Ashley, actually. When you start to prioritize the importance of a social media network that you're choosing, right? I haven't checked any other social media networks we have, but we all know that each and every one of them are specific with their demographics and so on. Are you only on Instagram? Do you focus on Instagram, or are you on Pinterest?
Well, I would definitely say Instagram is my biggest platform, but I've also been spending a lot of time and contributing to my YouTube channel, which if I had my choice, honestly, I would rather have a bigger YouTube following than Instagram, because I just feel like you can like connect with more people on a more personal level because they feel like they know you better rather than just like double tapping a booty pic. Yeah. I wish my YouTube was where my Instagram is, but I think Instagram was just, I guess, the social media platform that grew the easiest for me.
What is the number of subscribers you have on YouTube?
I think like 58,000 or something on YouTube, which isn't bad, but I just wish it was like to where my Instagram was at. That'd be nice.
Are you monetizing it now? Have you been able to reach that level where you can make it lucrative for you?
Yes, for YouTube, I can monetize it, but honestly, with YouTube, you can make more money through like brand awareness and kind of promoting your own items or any affiliate links that you have, rather than the views, if that makes sense. So like, I don't know, for me, that's how it is. I'm sure if you get millions and millions of views on your YouTube channel, you can definitely make it profitable. Like it could be an actual job for you, but I don't know. I find that you can just like promote your products easier on that platform.
How about you, Dana? Are you focused more on Instagram? Is that your main social media platform?
I would say YouTube and Instagram. Well, and Facebook. Facebook is still king. I hate Facebook. I don't know why. I don't even know why people still use it. But Facebook is actually still king. I prefer Instagram a lot better. I think it's easier to use. I just like it better. I love doing stories because you get, again, that connection. And people want to see like the day in the life, and they love my goats and like where I live and all the other activities that I do, not just fitness all 24/7. They want to see food that I eat. They want to see animals. But YouTube has definitely also just such a great platform, again, for that exact same reason. And that's where I kind of generate most of my my good content that I enjoy putting out, more like informational wise. Like I'm here, I'm in this spot, I'm in the limelight, I want to teach people. So that's where I like it.
Breon, what's your situation? Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok?
I'm the same with Ashley and TikTok. I'm the same with Ashley and Dana. You know, it's Instagram, and I'm trying to really bump my YouTube up as of the last year. because with your YouTube, these are hardcore people that want to see you. They're down to watch 10 to 15 to 20-minute video as opposed to a 30-second video or minute video. So I think that's key. I'm the same way with Ashley. I'm trying to get my YouTube up to around where my Instagram is, as far as subscribers and numbers. But you got to use the Instagram platform to get them over there. Use the bigger one to get them over there to the smaller one. But I don't use Facebook too much. I'm probably embarrassed to say that. I don't use Facebook too much. It's probably because I really don't know how to navigate as well.
Don't you have it connected with your Instagram account though? So it posts simultaneously?
All I do though, I don't actually go to Facebook and navigate and do any of that. But that's all I do is I'll just go ahead and on all the Instagram posts, I'll just go ahead and say, okay, you can share it to Facebook as well. That's as far as I go with Facebook.
Now, Dana, you mentioned you hate Facebook, but I have to ask, do you find like with your demographics, because let's be honest, if you're say 30, 40, 50, most of those people don't have Instagram, or they may not even be familiar with YouTube. I feel like I've found that in some of mine is you got to reach different demographics for the different social media.
Facebook is still really huge internationally for some reason. So that's where
that's a good point.
So I still have more followers on my Facebook than Instagram. But Instagram grew so fast. Like YouTube, I feel like just takes a while, and you have to be so on it, like just updating it daily. So I did take this year to like kind of focus on that. So this would be like a tip for you guys, for YouTube to like get a following is you have to generate content on like a schedule on like a weekly basis. Because I grew like 10,000 subscribers just for 3 months of me focusing. I was putting out 3 videos a week. I think that's way too much. And it was way too much for me. So now I back down to just once a week, doing like, so that people always know when like a video is coming out. And I saw like the best, like subscriber switch over doing that.
Ashley, are you on TikTok?
I am, but honestly, I hate that app so much.
I wanted to ask you, in which way does it benefit your social media presence, this particular channel, this particular network?
Yeah, TikTok, I don't know. It's just annoying to me. I just feel like it's for very short attention spans. And honestly, for TikTok, especially, like the goofy stuff works the best. I mean, on Instagram too, but for TikTok especially, I don't know. I've had like the most views on TikTok though. Like I've had videos with like 6 or 7 million on TikTok. The stupidest stuff too, like really dumb stuff.
But you're so fun. Your personality is so fun. So I could see how TikTok just like eats you up and they love it and share. So I think it's probably your personality too that really highlights it. But like you said, it is, I agree, short attention span. That's the younger generation.
Breon, what are some of the strategies that you imply in your social media platforms?
Oh, strategies. I think obviously starting with, looking at your insights and looking at what demographics and what time frames, your videos do well with, and who's paying attention with what age groups and what parts of the country. So, sometimes, or most of the time actually, it works better for me to post during the beginning part of the day, like in the morning, before, starting at 7 o'clock and before, 11 o'clock, because you're getting everybody from the US, and then you're getting everybody from Europe for the most part. That's in the evening, 6, 7, 8 o'clock range. So that's my sweet spot. And sure enough, if I post or I put some content out in the middle of the day or even in the evening actually sometimes works as well, because then people in the evening, obviously the US is awake, and in Europe they're just getting up in the morning, the next morning. So that's about it. Just knowing the demographics, knowing who's following you, and knowing what your sweet spot is for time frames.
So when you know all of that, Dana, what kind of content do you put out? Is that your private life? Is that workout? Is that your business? What kind of, like, when you strategize what you're going to put out for a week, what do you choose?
I don't strategize. Literally no strategy.
Well, you are Dana Lynn Bailey, so yeah, you just have to be.
The thing is, like, I know what works, and the things that, like, I'll get the most likes on, I don't enjoy posting. So just me.
What is that?
Yeah, give us a glimpse.
Literally a selfie is going to do way better than, like, giving out information, which blows my mind. But I don't want my page to just be selfie. Like, ugh, like, I'm here. Like,
Well, it's probably because you spread it out like that it has that kind of impact. If you did just that, people would be like, again.
I know which body parts. Like, if I do an ab shot, like, that's going to get way more views. And then if which I never do it, which is like a butt shot, like, I'll try to do, like, the bikini pose, try to do a little Ashley pose here. And I can't do it at all, but, like, that will get really good views. But I much rather feel better about what I'm posting. So, and sometimes they'll do really good and sometimes they don't. And I honestly don't care. If I want to post my goat because she makes me happy, I know it's not going to do that well, but for those few people that's the only reason they follow me, they love it. So honestly, like, I know when I'm supposed to post. I know my demographic. I know exactly what I have to post, but at the end of the day, it's my Instagram. So I'm only going to post what I really feel like posting. And if I feel good about it, and if you can get some sort of, like, information out of it. So I don't really like, that's my strategy.
You're just being yourself.
Yeah.
As I said.
Exactly. Just be yourself and, like, not overthink it so much.
Yeah.
And you should, like, feel good about what you're posting and not just worry about, like, ooh, is this going to get the most views?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because the people that maybe stop following you, I have thousands of people that unfollow me every single day. I have a couple thousand that do follow me every day, but I lose like 4,000 in a week. But those people I don't really care about.
Yeah.
They're not here for me. It's the people that have stayed for the last 15 years that are still, like, those 2,050,000 people, those are real people that aren't really, like, going anywhere. They're there regardless of, like, what I'm posting.
Yeah.
And that's all I really care about.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Probably, like, I see some newer people come in to, like, fitness and stuff, like the younger kids, and they're just growing their Instagram. Like, they have, like, twice the amount of me, but then you'll go to an expo and, like, no one's there to see them.
Yeah.
I don't think they're, like, real followers. Like,
it's not the ride or die crew.
I agree.
Yep.
There's no substance in the end of the day to that. And I have one question for Ashley, but you guys are gonna hear it after this message from our sponsors.
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
Before this break, I was going to ask Ashley the following question. So, I want to know what works for you, right? As a bikini Olympian, what works for you on your social media?
Well, I hate to say it, but just like Dana said, booty pics. People like the booty pics.
That's cool.
Obviously, like, if I post a booty pic, I don't want to do them too often, you know, just a little sprinkle here and there of a booty pic, because I don't want that to be my whole thing. Yeah. But if I look at like some of my top posts, they're like booty pics. But you see, here's the thing. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? So for me, I would love to have more women followers than men, but I do realize if I post like a glute pic or whatever, that's going to kind of deter the women and kind of get more of that male following, which is okay to have, but I don't know. I just feel like for what I try to do with like my brand and stuff, I'd rather have higher women to men ratio.
Talking about demographics, what's your demographics? Because you're saying that how many men, women?
I think it's like 40 or close to 40-60 men, women. So I actually have more men on my Instagram than women. Or
so 60?
37 women to whatever. I don't know. I'll have to double check. But there's more men than women on my Instagram. However, on my YouTube, it's the opposite. I have like 80% women on my YouTube, 20% men. So I don't know.
How about you, Breon?
I have 80%, 85% men on my YouTube. What am I showing booty pics too?
Yeah. I don't know. Only you know that.
I got 85% men, 50% women. I must be showing booty pics too.
I know that you have a lot of the athletes out there that follow you and want to learn from you, right?
Yeah. I assume.
How about you, Dana?
I feel like
I'm sorry.
Maybe there's just more guys on Instagram, but my guy, I'm still more guys. I think I even wrote it down because I didn't know. It's 62 to 38 guys to females.
Interesting.
Okay.
And it's weird because I talk to like my best friend, like Brooks, the same thing. Like I would think she would have a ton of girls, especially like CrossFit girls. And she's the same. It's always like a 60-40 split to guys to girls.
How about you, Whitney?
Mine it's actually recently, I'd say the last 6 months, it's evened out a little more. I've always been like 60-40, where 60% was the guys. And it's now it's like 55. I'm like, I don't know what or why, but again, for my market, I'm kind of like Ashley. I really kind of want to keep educating and getting the word out there on, really motivating the female audience. But I don't know, with guys, maybe there are more. But even to your statement, Breon, you had mentioned you're at 85%. I agree. I think there's probably a lot of your audience is trying to learn and mimic from what you're doing with workouts and your training. Do you find that you put out more content based on your workouts because of that?
I still like Dana and Ashley, I find that informational videos and informational content still does not do as well. With the overwhelming majority of the guy following. So it just boils down to staying true to the content, staying true to what you want to do and what makes you feel great. Because still, it's just more so like stage pictures, me being super lean, even some silly videos do well, but like informational videos don't do as well as the others. So and that's kind of surprising for me, but
one question that we were talking about, we want to know from each of you, what is your highest performing video, photo, and we're curious, is it a serious one? Is it in your situation, Ash, let's start with you. Is it a booty pic?
No, actually, I was going to say this too. In addition to those booty pics, the silly, goofy stuff really works as well. So I think one of my top videos as far as impressions, whatever the heck that means, I'm not sure, impressions or reach or something, is like my bloopers video where I'm doing all these like fun fitnessy tricks, except for I fail on each one of them. I almost fall and hurt myself. So
love it.
People like that.
I think people really enjoy vulnerability and they want to see you. Oh, they are a real human. So like my probably my most popular, the video that probably gets most talked about and why people even start following me. We used to do warehouse gym camps, and at our warehouse back in PA, and someone had asked a question like, hey, like you're so confident. I see like what people write on your stuff. Like, how do you deal with like all the negativity? Like, where do you get your confidence from? And I had like this whole speech, and I'm like kind of tearing up because I think, even if I think about it, because a lot of it has to do with like body dysmorphia and like hating myself for so long, and like hating the way I looked. Like growing up, I hated my legs, I hated my chest, and then getting it like finding the gym, which is why I found the gym and why I'm here and why I love it so much and why I want other women to be into the gym, because it's done so much for me. And then I threw myself into the fitness industry, which then you gotta talk to judges and they like nitpick every ounce of you. I've gotten marked down. I've lost shows because I don't have boobs. Literally have lost shows because they'll mark me as more masculine, because like, dude, I haven't had these my whole life. I'm still a girl, man. Like, I don't know where I was. And so I have this whole speech and like dealing with all those things and how much of a role my husband has played into that, of me being comfortable with myself. So if anyone ever wants to see it, it's on my YouTube. It's called Be Proud of Who You Are. So you'll see like camp and then like my whole speech into that. But that's generally where people, like, that's where they find me from, is from that video.
So it's all about being authentic, right? Representing yourself, showing your vulnerabilities, right?
Yeah, and that's what people are going to enjoy the most. So like it's a video of me just crying, talking about how like growing up I just wasn't comfortable in my own skin, and now that I am, I want to like be able to like teach other people how to get to that level. And it's all up here, like obviously the gym and diet, and like you have the power to look the way you want to look. You have to like use that power. But then there's like there's parts of you that you can't change. I mean, you can, like there's surgeries and stuff, like you can change it if you really want.
I've actually seen the video and it's very powerful, and it was my first glimpse into your true character, and that's when I fell in love with you. I mean, I think I've told you the story from years ago, but if you guys have not checked out the video, check it out. It's very raw, it's very authentic, and it's super powerful. If you don't get some emotions from it, you might not be human.
How about you, Brian? How about you? What's your take on this? Do you show your vulnerabilities? Do you show your relationship? Do you talk about that? Do you let people know how you feel?
Absolutely. I think that's I think showing that is definitely what people want to see. Vulnerability. They want to see, you know, outside of maybe your comfort zone, or things that are different from what they know about you first and foremost, which is me as a competitor, and always maybe grimacing in the gym. But to shake it up, and I mean, I just had a video, a YouTube video that I put out earlier this week with just me grooming, just me manscaping, and the response was pretty good. I was surprised, and it was
Brian, that's not being vulnerable, honey. That's showing off.
That's having good hygiene too. Hey,
I mean, just shaking it up. Well, I do show some vulnerability though.
Yeah.
In losses and stuff like that, which people are very supportive, and they, and they're right there with me in the journey, and they feel like they've gone through it with me. So, vulnerability is definitely a golden. Definitely. But I think it just goes back to YouTube, man, where you can show that so much, and the people are just your supporters are right there with you, and they are your ride or dies on the YouTube, your YouTube subscribers. So put all that on YouTube. Forget Instagram.
So one question then for you guys, and let's maybe start with Ashley. Is there a side of your personality or personal life that you do not showcase on social media at all?
I actually want to know about relationships too, Ashley.
So that's a great question. I kind of don't really show like the personal life stuff. I kind of keep it mostly strictly fitness. I don't know. It's not like that I'm ashamed or embarrassed. I just kind of always been that way. Even like with my family, I don't tell them who I'm dating or if I'm dating anyone. I don't know. I've always been kind of like that. It's just how I am. But yeah, a lot of people wonder like, does she have a boyfriend or whatever? And I do, but he's camera shy too, so I can't even get him in my stuff. So I mean, whatever.
Breon, I have one question for you. I want to know, let's say you are on your Instagram, you're scrolling down, right? And you see a female posting something. I want to know what kind of content would turn you off immediately from a female.
Oh, that's easy.
Ooh.
Yes, easy. Just a selfie of you guys, of a female just not doing anything or just doing the duck lips, you know, in the picture, just doing the duck lips and just, or a video of them just showing, you know, really nothing. I guess their hair, their how they did their hair, or a
cleavage shot that says the weather's amazing and it's just boobs. That's not interesting.
I mean, I would give the video or the picture much more props if they would just talk with it, you know,
with the boobs.
Talk with the boobs.
Talk with the boobs. Shimmy, shimmy.
Make the boobs bounce.
That's how you get followers.
Yes. Hey,
okay.
you are the
That's
male
deep for you girls out there.
This is important to know. We got to know what it is that the male market likes and doesn't like if we're trying to increase the male audience. So you give a good perspective there.
True that. So yeah, make the boobs bounce then.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. Back to the show, Dana. What's the funniest DM you ever got?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't even check my DMs anymore because it's just like thousands and like you just scroll. But I used to get like weird messages or DMs saying like they wanted like pictures of like my feet and stuff and. Did you know there's like a wiki feet? I'm actually really high up there.
You are? Oh, I'm gonna make sure I'll check that. Wiki feet.
We gotta see these feet.
So wiki feet, they take all the pictures where you're like not wearing shoes and they like zoom in on your feet and
That's
stuff.
just weird.
And then they rate them. And I'm actually pretty good. So.
You know what? Lenda told me she found herself on that.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, geez. It's
more shoeless pics.
You probably got to like Google yourself every so often and apparently now look on Wiki Feet and see if we're there.
Well, they had me older on Wikipedia had me like 3 years older, and I was like, come on, like I need to change that. I'm not that old.
Quit trying to age me, Wikipedia. Now, Ashley, I know you have a funny story of a DM that I think is hilarious, so you got to tell it.
Yes. I mean, it wasn't funny until I responded.
Yes,
true. That's true.
It was kind of like an awkward thing. So I didn't even know this was a thing until like a few months ago, but apparently there are egg recruiters that kind of scout women that might have good genetics to donate eggs, and they'll pay you for your eggs. Okay. So somebody was like in my DM asking if I wanted to be a part of this egg program, and they would pay me thousands of dollars for my eggs. And then I was like, oh, I gotta play along with this. I just can't. And then I sent them a picture of my dozen of eggs in the fridge. One was cracked. So I said, well, I have these. I'll offer them 50% off for you.
And no reply. Silence from that point.
I guess they didn't want them.
Yes.
Yep.
How about you, Breon? Tell us of some crazy DM you had.
Yeah, but maybe more on even on the nastier side.
Ooh.
Like,
Whoa.
asking me for females and males asking me for sweaty underwear after I train.
All the time.
Oh,
So
wow.
weird. So weird.
Yeah.
I've had that too. I don't get it.
That's like a daily thing that
Yeah.
Oh,
Bizarre.
oh
I
yeah,
don't even
sweaty
notice
underwear.
it anymore.
Now, do they want to buy it or they just want to see it?
Oh no,
wanna
they'll
buy
buy
it.
it.
They want to
That's what
sniff it.
It's random. But hey, what about just getting some boxers, putting some stench in it, not your own, and sell it. Make some money. Side income for you, buddy. Then you don't have to feel guilty or weird. You're just making money.
So I have one question for you guys. To wrap it up, imagine, one lady, she just started her social media. What's your advice? Let's say she has under 1,000 followers. What's your number one advice on how she can grow her social media fast? Ashley, you want to start?
Yeah, pick a niche and know your audience, right? So don't be so scattered in the beginning, especially pick something super specific and kind of grow it from there. Also, collabs are very helpful in the beginning as well.
Okay, Breon, what's your advice?
I'm piggybacking right on with Ashley. I would probably say, pick your niche, pick something that you're very passionate about, that you're going to have fun with, always putting out there. Show vulnerability, really talk a lot. And I feel like, initially that will get your engagement and get people really, following you and getting your corner. And just be true and have a big personality. Be true to yourself and have fun with it.
Dana?
Or do it my way and have no plan whatsoever. Honestly, at the end of the day, feel good about what you're posting, and then people will follow along. But I think the biggest thing is showing your personality, so using stories, and then making sure that you're engaging on other people's posts. Because if you're just posting and just waiting for people to come to you, it's not going to happen. So you got to go start liking other people's posts and commenting, because if they notice that you're doing that, then they're like, oh, who's this person? They always like my stuff. So you have to go both ways. Absolutely. And then at the end of the day, if it's your job to grow your following, then maybe, and you have to. At the end of the day, it's you got to feel good about what you're posting. Yes. And I think just being you and posting what makes you happy, hopefully you'll get other people that view the stuff that makes you happy the same.
As a wrap up, Ashley, I'm very curious, if you, in your position as such a notorious public figure, do you feel a responsibility to your followers, to the world who watches you?
Maybe not to that extent where I feel like I have a responsibility, but I do feel like it's nice to be helpful and give solid information. And, even if it doesn't get the engagement, right? Even if it's not going to get a tons of likes, if you know that, hey, I helped one person at least, maybe I got them out of a rut, or I inspired them to do something, or I made them realize something that maybe they were doing wrong with their diet or training or whatever, that's very rewarding for me. So it's, I wouldn't say responsibility, but it is a nice feeling to be able to help at least one person.
we definitely have a huge impact on the whole world with the social media network, right? Reach everywhere. So thank you guys for being here with us and sharing your knowledge and your experience and your advice. Dana, Ashley, Breon, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, we appreciate you.
It. Had fun. Love y'all.
Goodbye from me and Whitney, and guys, we'll see you next time to a new episode of FEMME FLEX Friday.
Yeah.